The inauguration event of two new wings at the High Court Annex E building of the Bombay High Court bench at Aurangabad in Maharashtra. The Union Law Minister on stage with the Chief Justice of India, NV Ramana, has listed several infrastructure issues of the judiciary. The Chief Justice of India has urged the Union Law Minister to ensure that a proposal to create a National Judicial Infrastructure Authority is taken up in the winter session of Parliament. Let's go right across to Sukirti joining us with the very latest. Sukirti, what more can you tell us?
Well, yes, it is very significant that the Chief Justice of India, NV Ramana, has made all of these listed out a lot of statistics on the infrastructure that has been lacking in court complexes across the country. And he made all of these statements while the Union Law Minister, Mr. Kiren Rijiju, was sitting on the same stage. He was sharing the stage. In fact, the CM of Maharashtra, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, was also on the stage along with many other judges of the Supreme Court. And that's when the CJI started listing out several figures saying how even 26% of the court complexes in India do not have separate ladies' toilets. 16% court complexes do not even have gents' toilets. He then listed out issues with lack of record rooms or with video conferencing facilities. And then he went on to say all of this has been happening because judicial infrastructure has always been an afterthought in India. Most of the courts in this country operate from dilapidated structures, which affect or hampers the effective functioning of the courts. And he says that in order to resolve all of these issues, I created a proposal for a National Judicial Infrastructure Authority which could look into these issues and bring a solution. And he said that I'm Law Minister, but I hope for a positive response from him soon, and he will expedite the process. And in order for that to happen in the upcoming winter session of Parliament, I want him to present this proposal in the Parliament itself. And Rishika, it's important to note here that this kind of approach from the CJI is not from the first time. Just about 2 months ago, we saw the CJI and the Union Law Minister share a stage where CJI had then used that opportunity as well to urge the Law Minister to give a more speedy approval to all the recommendations that had been made for various High Court judges across the country. And he had asked and urged the government, even on that stage, saying that we have sent the proposal, we want the government to expedite the process. So it's not something that usually happens, that you would see these kind of statements outside court where the CJI and Law Minister would share a stage and requests are being made there, that podium or that stage being used to make a request and sort of putting the limelight on the Union Law Minister for a more speedy action from his end. But we did see that end up happening in the case where the government has been approving a lot of recommendations made by the Supreme Court Collegium. And now that's the same kind of approach that the CJI would expect for judicial infrastructure as well.
All right.